All right, welcome back. New season, new episode. We thought it was good enough the first time, so we thought we'd give it another season. But thank you guys for tuning in. Danny Beal Show back for another season. Hope you guys enjoy. It was all awesome experience being able to give you guys some ECU and ECU baseball specific content in the last 12 episodes in the fall. But back for a new season in the spring. Hope you guys enjoy this iteration of episodes. Going to do a lot of the same stuff. Talk to some guys around baseball, but not specifically ECU baseball this time. I'm going to get a little bit outside of our comfort zone with that, give you guys some new perspectives, new experiences, new stories, all that good stuff. But for the first episode, I think you guys are really going to like this one. We got a lot of the major league and minor league players that used to play at ECU. So a lot of my former teammates, we got Gavin Williams, Connor Norby, Zach Agnos, Trey Yesavage, Carter Cunningham, Tyler Bradt, Erik Ritchie, Wyatt Shenkman, list goes on and on. But a lot of the guys, a couple of guys didn't work out with their schedules, so hopefully we'll get them on later this season. But for now, hope you guys enjoy this episode 1 of season 2 of the Danny Beal Show. Hope you guys enjoyed the interviews, and let's go. All right. Now we have on Jacob Jenkins-Cowart, Marlins outfielder. JC, how you doing?
Doing great.
How you been? How was yes? How was the off season? How you been?
It was good. It was weird being that long. You go from basically like a Christmas break kind of deal in college to you're rocking, let's say, September to February. So a good 6 months off season, 4, 5, 6 months. Just
Cool.
Kind of almost like got tired of it.
Yeah, I bet. I feel like it gets boring, right?
Yeah, at the beginning you're like, thank God, like I can chill. Don't even have to look at my bats for a while. And then you get to the point where you're like, I haven't seen a baseball moving in so long. And
Yeah, exactly. Well, any life updates? Like anything happened? I could see you're playing the show, so I'm sure you've been grinding ever since it came
Yeah.
out. But anything besides just hanging out in Florida?
Other than I just gotta flex this because why not? My
There
little
you
pup that I got
go.
off season. Her name's Nala.
Sweetheart.
Yeah, very very blessed to get her. It's literally a life changer, and if you don't have a puppy, then think about it.
Yeah.
If you have the time.
Is Nala with Taylor?
Yeah,
right
yeah.
now. For everybody listening, Taylor is JC's girlfriend, if you didn't know.
Yep. Yeah, she's staying with my girlfriend Taylor right now. They're trying to find a date to come down and visit because it's a big drive for the puppy.
Okay.
So
Well, good.
see how that goes.
So what?
We'll see how that goes. That drive.
Yeah, exactly. Now, how old is Nala?
She is. It's April, so 9 months. 9 months this one. Yeah.
Jeez Louise. Yeah,
Good
that
baby.
drive would probably be a pain.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit. Well, you have been stuck in Jupiter for the last few months. How was the, I guess, your version of spring training? How was that leading
Yeah.
up to?
It was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Spring training was. So we had an early camp. The minor league spring training is really not that long. It's like basically the month of March. But we had a early camp that started at the beginning of February as well. So I've been down here since like February 7th, 8th, just grinding every day. And it's definitely something that gets old fast. Not like that I don't love baseball, but I mean, those early mornings, they're not that fun.
Yeah, well,
I feel like it's with the same way with all you guys. Like
Yeah.
we used to be, hey, we're playing Fortnite till midnight. Now it's like, oh yeah, I'm in bed at 8. What time are you guys getting up?
Um, if I have to be there, most of the time we would have to, we start doing stuff around 7:30 after the sunrise at 7. So
Jeez.
I was getting up at 5:45, 6, getting in the shower and hitting the road.
Because it's 900 degrees down there too.
Yeah, exactly.
Doesn't make it any easier. Yeah, I hear you.
But no, it's just a lot of fun, but it's also like a lot of the body gets got in the spring training because you're just on your feet so much. There's not always only so many fields, and there's like 150 minor leaguers, so you can be standing around for a little bit waiting. Once we get into the season, that clears up.
Yeah. Well, I can only imagine like the kind of guys you've been able to interact with while you're down there, whether it's like obviously like the Dominicans or the Puerto Ricans and stuff. But like, has it been cool, especially as baseball gets going, to kind of get back into the swing of things right before you like the rosters get finalized and you get sent off to where you're going? I feel like it's a nice way to get back into things and get
Yeah.
immersed immediately into everybody loves baseball.
Yeah, it's literally. I mean, baseball's like you said, like with the Latin American teammates, baseball's the common knowledge, the common language. So that's the way we really bond. So basically, just getting down there, everybody's focused on one thing is just getting better and preparing for a season.
Cool.
That's the best part.
Where do they have you going? Do you know yet? And
Yeah, I'm starting in Jupiter. It's a low A affiliate, Jupiter Hammerheads. So
that's where you played last year, right? For
yeah,
everybody
so
listening.
a little short stint last year, but just got moved into an apartment today actually. So
Let's go. Well, you were living in a penthouse earlier.
yeah, yeah, I was blessed with a great spot in spring training,
Yeah. Shout out Taylor's
but
family. That's right.
mm, but
Um, well,
this
cool.
place is nice. So
Yeah. Hey, are you living with anybody?
yeah, I got two teammates. One of them, you actually might remember this name, Nick Maldonado.
Vandy. Cool
Yeah,
dude.
the guy, a great guy. He's the guy that ended that season.
Sure did. Yeah, that guy was really, really good too.
Still is.
Yeah, I
So
figured. I figured. That's
yeah,
sick though.
one of my roommates. Yeah, cool
Yeah,
dude.
he was he he let us have it. That I
Mhm.
think he only pitched one. They had 4 pitchers pitch that series, and he was game one after Kumar. So yeah, he let us have it there. So yeah, I figured. But cool.
Mhm.
Are you looking forward to anything? I know you're getting going, and you guys are starting to play this week.
I think real baseball is definitely like these simulated games in spring training. Minor leaguers only play like spring training games aren't really real. It's kind of like
yeah,
everybody's on pitch count, so you can get one out in one inning and the inning's over. You can get 6 outs depending on how many pitches the guy throws.
yeah,
So getting back to real baseball is going to be really really good. Having a crowd again,
yeah.
stuff like that. Really
Yeah.
excited for.
Are you? I guess, especially when like organization gets back into it, I'm sure that that's something that you'll look forward to.
Mhm.
And by the time I think this episode drops, I think we're gonna do a 2-part. It's gonna drop Friday and Saturday. But by the time this drops, you guys will be playing. So look out for JC and Jupiter if you can watch it. I think it's what MILB TV. I'm
Yeah,
assuming is
yeah.
what
I
everybody's
think
gonna be
it
able to.
comes with the MLB TV subscription. I'm not sure.
That's money.
Not 100% on that.
It used to, I don't. I know it used to not be like that. You had to pay extra. It's not that much because nobody really watches
Yeah,
minor leagues unless you're like a
yeah,
psychopath or you have
yeah,
friends. But
yeah. Or you have
um,
friends. Yeah.
yeah. But I'm sure people on Twitter, just Pirate fans that are crazy about you guys, will keep us
Mm,
updated. So, but thanks for hopping on for a couple minutes.
yeah,
Good luck, and we'll keep up with
brother.
you.
Like the beard, by the way.
Yeah, well, you're going Charlie Blackman. I'm trying to keep up with you. You're getting it way longer than me.
Yeah, Charlie Blackman is the goal. By
If you can hit like Charlie Blackman, we'll be in business.
yeah,
Yeah. All right, sweet. Thanks, JC.
yeah, man. Thank you.
All right, next up, we have Seattle Mariner pitcher, Wyatt Shenkman. What up, Shank?
I think you forgot a part of the last name there.
All right, if you want to go Lunsford Shenkman, I guess you're one of the guys that has like the super small font on the back of your jersey because you can't fit
Yeah.
how long your damn last name is.
You should see my last name on the jersey here.
It's like the Crow Armstrong one where it's like down to the middle of your back.
All of it.
Good,
All of it.
good. Well, how have you been, dude? What you been up to?
I got out here pretty early. I got out here like January 6th. Went through a couple of camps. Went through spring training. Just living life in Arizona.
Yeah, that's not too bad, is it? Must be
Not too
nice.
shabby when it's not 120.
Yeah, no kidding. I bet especially towards the end of the year last year. I bet it got like. I mean, I've never been to Arizona. The furthest west I've ever been is Colorado, but I can only imagine. Like it's like the desert. It gets hot, like really hot.
Yeah, when I first got out here after the draft, it was like 115 to 120 each day, and you're outside just trying to get through it for that couple hours.
No kidding. Good lord. We talked to JC. Is it the same thing with you guys where you're getting up super early in the morning just because you want to beat the heat and beat like the sunrise, or is it just kind of there's no getting around it?
Um, Early in the spring when I was here, like January, February, we were pretty early. I was at the field probably around 7:38 each day.
Hmm.
When the big league camp got here, we kind of moved back a little bit to like 10, 11, but most of the days are pretty early. You're out of the facility at the latest, I would say 12 if you don't have a
So
pen or
nice.
live music or anything like that.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
It's so beautiful. You did get to pitch in a big league game in spring training. How was that? I mean, JC hit a double over Altuve's head, but how was your experience?
Yeah, so I did it a couple of times. It's amazing. You get to be around big league guys. You get to experience what the atmosphere is like. I mean, I get it's spring training, but it's still pretty electric when you got 10 to 15K in the stands every day. But it was a great time. It was great to learn from the guys up there, what they do, what makes them tick, what helps them get through long seasons and all that. So it was a great learning experience.
Yeah, for sure, and it's invaluable stuff, especially when you're starting your career. And I mean, I guess for people, I mean, the last time we saw you, you were hobbling out there because your arm was all screwed up last time we saw you in the regional, but being able to see you pitch in that environment was really cool. Just get back to the way we know Shank is. But seeing as we haven't heard from you in a while, do you have any like life updates? Like JC got a dog, McCrystal put a ring on a girl's finger, like anything you got?
Um, I wouldn't say there's been any major life updates. I mean, you could say being on the West Coast is a change that that I have to deal with now for 9 months of the year. But I
True.
would say that's like the biggest life change is learning how to be a pro and adapting to being on the fly and having to drive or fly whenever you're told to.
Yeah, you're a Cali guy though. You'll be all right. You'll be all right.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'll be all right. And we can't. I don't. I'm interested because I know JC, even though he's still in the same division as the Braves, I'm sure he'll still have some rooting interest in the Braves. Trey is one of the outliers. He said he's not rooting for the Phillies anymore. Not a fan. They're not the team paying him. Don't care that he grew up a diehard fan when he was younger. He'll still root for the Eagles, but not the Phillies. Are you still like keeping up with the Dodgers?
Here and there. I mean, I like to see all the signings that they do. It's
It's a
kind of
good time to be a Dodgers fan. That's for damn sure.
an absolutely great time if you're a Dodgers fan. But no, most of my focus has shifted to Seattle for sure.
Being a Mariner.
Yeah, being a Mariner. But it's cool to be able to look back and be like, I used to watch these guys. Now I can watch them in person and maybe get the chance to talk to them a little bit.
Yeah, that is sick. That is very, very cool. Well, obviously, we getting to see you pitch was very cool in spring training, seeing that you're doing well, seeing that all you guys are doing well. Is there anything that you're looking forward to, I guess, heading into the season in the next couple weeks? I know you guys, I was telling JC, the time that these interviews drop, you guys will have already started. But what are you most looking forward to, I guess, looking down the road for this season, just for your, whether it's personal growth, team growth, whatever it is? Obviously, like you just mentioned, being around guys is a big part of it too.
Yeah, absolutely. I think learning how to navigate a longer season, learning how to be a pro on and off the field are some of like the main things that I'm excited to be able to do for the first time. But it's also like I can learn Spanish. I can meet so many new people that I can pick their brains. They can pick my brain. Like whatever. There's always outlets where you can go and get some information. So I think adapting to a new lifestyle is going to be the biggest thing for me.
Yeah, there's always something to learn, and that's you're learning from the best, and you hopefully you'll get to that point one day too. But thanks for joining us. Thanks for taking the 5-10 minutes that you got out there in Arizona, getting away from the damn heat, dude. But thanks for coming on.
It's been too bad. It's probably about 80 degrees right now, 80 and sunny, so can't complain with the weather right now.
What time is it there? 4:30? Is that right? 4:30?
It is 4:30.
Look at me doing the math.
Look at you. Still light outside.
Yeah, exactly. If only you guys could see here. All right, Shank. Thanks for joining us, brother.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.
I want to take a quick break from the interviews to tell you a little bit about our friends over at Sup Dogs. Sup Dogs is a one-of-a-kind restaurant concept that offers both an extraordinary dining experience and a close-knit community. Voted the three-time champion of Barstool's best college bar in America in 2019, 2020, and 2022, Sup Dogs aims to transform your day by providing creative takes on classic hot dogs, hamburgers, and American-style dishes, as well as specialty drinks such as the Sup Crush. Entering into Sup Dogs offers an energized restaurant environment with unforgettable dining, delicious drinks, and intentional customer service that will have you coming back for more. Sup Dogs is great. Everybody knows it if you live in Greenville. It's a great spot to go to. Bradt has been great to us, supporting the show. Has been great to Greenville as well, supporting the community with everything that they do with whatever it may be, doggy jams, supporting the athletic program and all that good stuff. But go support them. Go to Crush, Sup Dogs, and see you there soon.
All right, next up, we have New York Yankees, outfielder, first baseman? Is that what we're gonna go with?
Yeah, we'll
everywhere.
Go a little bit everything there.
Yeah. Josh Moylan, welcome to the program.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having me.
How you been, dude? We haven't talked to you obviously in a while as Pirate Nation, but how's your off season been? Any life updates you got for us?
Dude, it was awesome, man. Just spent some time back there for a while in Greenville, and then kind of a little bit everywhere. I was in Florida for a couple weeks, and they sent us out of there because those hurricanes ran through. But then that was wild, and then back home for a little bit, but kind of just a little bit everywhere, man. But it was good. I got my workouts in and got to see my family, so that's about all I can ask for.
Playing a lot of golf?
Oh, yeah. Good amount of golf. Actually, the day that I went with you, I broke my driver that day.
Oh, yeah,
I've
sure did.
no longer been using that, but got to invest in a new driver here soon. But
You'll
yeah,
find
man,
a new D-stick.
some golf, some video games, a little bit of everything.
Yeah, the usual. Some things never change.
Yeah,
Well, yeah. Well, good. Well, I'm sure people, I guess, saw you out and about when you were here in the fall with Spivey and Gross and the rest of us. But how is everything getting prepared for the season stuff? Obviously, you were down there in Florida getting ready for the season stuff with spring training. But how'd that go?
Yeah, it's great, man. I mean, the big goal for me this offseason was just put some weight back on because end of the season last year, I mean, it's the first time in my life I'd played 130-something games in a row. But I was down to, I think I lost like 10, 15 pounds during the season. But this offseason put like 15, 20 on, and I'm feeling good, man. But that and just continue to be consistent with my swing and all, and my routines. That way when we get rolling, it's nothing new. But, yeah, I mean, it was great, man. All the objectives I wanted to cover this offseason, I did a great job of, so I'm pretty happy with it.
Heck yeah, dude. I mean, how weird. I guess it's not even weird. Like, getting acclimated to your first season in pro ball is, unless you're, whoever, is always normally a challenge. I mean, I even got to see you in Greensboro briefly. You didn't get to play that night, but I did get to see you and your team play. And
off day for the week.
Exactly. But like, the atmosphere and the way that everybody goes about things is so much different than college. And I've talked to numerous people about it. But what was it like getting used to, pro ball in your first season last year?
Yeah, I mean, it'll definitely test you. I think the biggest test is just how to keep the body feeling good for the whole time. I think a lot of guys that don't take the necessary steps they need to keep their body feeling good are the ones that you see start to kind of fall off as the year goes on. But honestly, the adjustments, man, like I said, just keeping the body right, but then understanding, like, in college, you could have an 0 for 3 day, and it felt like the end of the world because you're only playing 3 games in a weekend.
Yeah.
But you go 0 for 3 here, man. It's like you gotta strap it back on the next day. So it's getting used to the failure of the game and being able to handle it's definitely I think was the biggest thing for me. And then, I mean, you could look at how my year went. The first half of the year was okay, but not great. And then the back half of the year, I really started playing well.
You were lighting it up. Yeah.
Yeah, man. I finally got used to everything and how I had to adjust my game to be able to hold up for a whole season. So, I mean, I definitely just taking care of the body and understanding the baseball's, you're going to fail a ton, but it's all about how you can bounce back and forget about it basically the next day.
Yeah, no, there's certainly some acclimation because, I mean, even in college, for 4 years, nonetheless 3 or 2 or however long you're there, like, every single pitch, nonetheless, outing or at bat or game
Oh, yeah.
feels like if I don't succeed, it's the end of the world. I'm probably going to get benched. And
Dude, and yeah, it's crazy because like to bounce off that, like here, if you would lose a game in college, it was the end of the world. Like you would,
Especially
nobody
here.
would say a word in the locker. Oh yeah, nobody would say a word in the locker room. Like
oh yeah,
you'd get the occasional like look over. It was never really like conversations, but now it's like I'll never forget. We lost our first game of the season, and I'm in the locker room thinking it's going to be like that, and I'm like,
miserable. Yeah.
oh man, like let's be quiet, whatever. And then our manager comes in, he's like, why is it so quiet in here? He's like, we got 130 more of these things. You guys better pep up. And I'm like, oh man, like
It's a guy that gets it. It's true.
Yeah, man, it's a total different level. Like obviously you want to win as many games as you can, but especially the minor leagues, it's all about developing the guys and getting to the next level.
Yeah, I mean, when the season nearly doubled, almost tripled in the next level, it's like one game. It's not meaningless, but it's like you can't put as much weight into it as you would as like a midweek game against UNCW, and it's like,
Yeah, no doubt.
oh, we lost. We have to, like practice tomorrow's going to suck. Like it's not the
We got to
same.
wear full uniform in the weight room.
Just like the good old days. Jeez Louise.
Oh yeah.
Well, obviously now, and I was telling everybody that I've talked to, when these interviews finally air, it'll probably be around the time you guys are starting to play. But how is, I guess, where are they putting you, and what are you looking forward to in your upcoming season?
Yeah, I'm starting in where I ended last year in High A, and then we'll see where the year goes. But yeah, man, I'm just expecting to go out and keep doing my thing. I mean, spring training was great. I've worked on a lot of stuff and really honed in on some parts of my game that I've been wanting to get better at. So, getting faster, stronger, and hitting the ball harder is the name of the game. So, I'm trying to cover everything and just keep doing that, man. But honestly, like, not really going in wanting to, I need to move up quick or I need to do this and that. It's just go in and do what I can and let the rest take care of itself.
Exactly. I was just about to say, if you play well, it'll take care of itself. Don't have to worry about, am I going to get the call? Like,
yeah, I mean, I can't control that. So the only thing I can do is just go in and take care of business. And if they decide it's worthy of moving up or wherever, then I'll let it happen. But I can't control that, so no point in worrying about it.
heck yeah, dude. That's awesome. Well, we're all proud of you. We're all very excited watching
Appreciate
you
that,
and
man.
Josh or you and Gross, I guess, Josh and Josh.
Yeah.
With the
I know,
Yankees.
dude, it's so funny having him with me. Everybody's like, they'll say Josh, we're both like whipping our heads.
Yeah,
up.
exactly.
Like,
Like,
the other one. I'm like, oh,
yeah. It's so funny. Well, I'm glad that you guys are being, at least you have somebody there that you're like acclimated to, especially at the beginning. But now you've obviously gotten to know everybody and get acclimated to everything. But we're looking forward to seeing how you're doing this year, and we'll see you in Yankee Stadium here in like 2 or 3 years. What do you think?
well, we'll see, man. Like, I mean, I said I can't control that, but I wouldn't be complaining.
Yeah, that's right. All right. Well, thanks, Big Josh. We'll talk to you soon.
Dude.
All right. Next up, starting pitcher, Toronto Blue Jays, my former roommate, Trey Yesavage. Welcome to the program, part 2.
What's up, Daddy?
What's going on, brother? How are you?
I'm good. I'm living my dream. So
Can't complain. How
No.
was the off season and training? Obviously, people know that you live with me and Carter in Greenville. But since we last talked to you, how have you been? Any life updates?
it's been good. Really, just I bought a new truck, which is
That's pretty cool.
a nice addition to
Red leather.
That's right. You got the red interior. It's a Toyota Tundra TRD Pro. It's pretty sick. I recommend it to anybody looking to buy a new truck.
Yeah.
But I mean, I've just been hanging out, getting my work in at the field, and getting ready for the season to come up.
I talked to JC about it briefly because it's different for Arizona and Florida guys. But were you having to get up? I remember I was telling him, I'm like, months ago we were playing Fortnite till midnight. Now you're like, yeah, I'm in bed at 8:30. So like, are you guys having to get up at the crack of dawn? Like, what's the deal with getting up trying to beat the heat?
Well, I think pitchers are definitely different because we get our throwing in within like 30 minutes of being outside. So it's not that big of a deal with us. But I know Carter gets to the field a lot earlier than I do. But I mean, I'd get there probably around 8 o'clock, 7:30-ish every day.
And when are you done?
What am I doing?
When are you done at the end of the day?
Oh, what am I done? I'm done my work around 11:30, but they have us hanging out watching inter squads. So I usually get out of there between 2:30 and 3:30.
Yeah, it was Shank said that they got the option to stay or to go, and he was if he wanted to be, he was done by like lunch every day. I'm like, that's just so like, yeah, just chalk up a day. Yeah, I'm done by noon today. It's like, jeez Louise, bro. Well, it's the life you're living, and it's because you've put so much work in and gotten to the point where you are. But how was the spring? Obviously, you got down there and started working out. You got to hang out with Carter a bunch. But how was the spring? You got to pitch in the spring breakout stuff, which was very cool to see and watch you guys compete in. But what about the spring as a total? How was it preparing for the season?
I mean, it was honestly a lot of fun because you just have so many guys around you, every different level, just trying to accomplish the same goal. Just get your work in and be the best player you can be. But I mean, it was good. Had a lot of free time to do whatever I want. But I really enjoyed it.
I asked Carter this just because he was around. I told him his dad was like all over Twitter about how he's always in the dugout with like big leaguers and stuff like that. And he was talking about how important Kevin Kiermaier was to his development early in the spring. Has there been like a pinch me moment for you yet where you're like, whoa, this is pretty cool? Or like you see somebody that you grew up watching, or like you're in the dugout with somebody, or you experience something where it's like, I am really doing this.
I guess the really cool thing was I was walking to lunch the one day and Jeff Hoffman stopped me in the
Yeah.
hallway, and that's the first time I met him. And we chopped it up for a little bit. But I mean, it was really cool meeting him.
Yeah. Jeff Hoffman, former Pirate, hoping to get him on the show in a few episodes. But very cool. Well, where do they have you starting out at least to start the season?
So I'm starting in low A here in Dunedin because as people can imagine, the weather in Vancouver, New Hampshire, Buffalo, not that I would start that high anyways,
Yeah.
is not the greatest this time of year. So they're keeping me in the warm, keeping me on a schedule for um, the next, I don't know, so
You don't
many
have to
starts.
speculate. We don't know. We'll see. Yeah, exactly.
Um, so I'm starting here in low A.
It was funny because I don't know whether this one will air before Carter's, but Carter was talking about how the other day Pirate Radio put out like a tweet or an Instagram or something about how he was on the same team. Like he's the new prospect besides Trey Yesavage that's going to be like up in the Blue Jays organization. So he's like, I do in fact still play baseball, believe it or not, contrary to popular belief. But he was talking about how he's in Vancouver right now, and he's got a theory that he's like, this is all alleged. I have no idea, but it's a theory that you're just going to skip high A and that he's going to get to experience being a level above you for at least 2 months before you get moved up above him. So
I don't know about
just
all
put that
that.
out there.
That's I truly don't know about that.
Yeah,
But
I
I
don't know.
guess time will tell.
It's just Carter being Carter, but no big deal. But what now that you are starting the season, by the time these interviews air, will the season will have started. But what are you most looking forward to in your first big league season?
Season is just like getting to ride out an entire, like, what is it, like 7 months,
Oh yeah,
7 months of the season. So being able to play baseball for that long, something never done before. But for my first start, I'm excited to. My first start is next Tuesday in Jupiter, so I'll be
against the Hammerheads.
against JC. So
Oh,
I'll be seeing him there.
that's gonna be so sick. Gosh, he's gonna give the whole team the scouting report on you. They still won't be able to hit it. That's right. Good. All right. Well, thanks for stopping by. Giving us some time, but we'll be looking out for you. I was telling JC, hopefully we can watch you guys on like MILB TV or whatever it is that we can watch the minor leagues on. But we'll be.
Yeah, all the games are broadcasted somehow. So
Yeah,
just
I
gotta
was about to
figure
say
it out.
because I mean I feel like there's jobs there to be had, like whether it's broadcasting or like whatever. So I feel like they'll be somewhere, and hopefully we'll be able to find it and keep up with you guys and watch you do your thing.
Yeah, well, I appreciate you having me on.
Yeah, no problem, buddy. That's Trey Savage.
Trey, did you hear about Tiebreakers doing their like March Madness bracket burger thing where the grilled cheese cheeseburger one? I think it's pretty good.
I did, and I'm not surprised about it. They got some good stuff there.
Yeah, I mean, we went those couple times with Taylor and Holly and our girlfriends and stuff, and being able to go there a lot and have good service, good food, good beers. It's a good time over there.
Oh yeah, and a whole bunch of TVs to watch any sport you want.
Yeah, no, for sure. But if you ever get the chance, like me and Trey, go check out Tiebreakers. They do a great job over there. Great food, great service, a lot of sports all the time. So go support them and help them, or thank them for supporting the show.
All right, now we have on Philadelphia Phillies left-handed pitcher Erik Ritchie. First time on the show. How you doing?
Phenomenal, baby.
What's going on, brother? How you doing?
It's great. So,
How's Florida treating you?
pretty dang good. It's 9:35 and it's 78 degrees.
Yeah, it's a beautiful thing.
We'll say there's a caveat to that. You sweat all the time. So
Yeah.
there's really no point in showering until the night.
Yeah, no, for sure. I've asked JC because he has to get up at like 5 a.m. to get to the field before it gets really, really hot. What are your guys' schedule when you're working out and stuff? Like, do you have to get there super early to beat the heat?
When we were like doing spring training, we'd get there around 7:38, and we were there till like 10. But then we always had to stay for the games. The games usually start at like 1. And we had to stay through that. That was probably the worst part of the day, was watching the games, because you're just getting just blistered by the sun.
You're just getting beat down by and you're not even doing anything. You're just watching. That's the word.
You're just sitting there.
Yeah, that makes it even worse.
So
well, we haven't gotten a chance to talk to you. So how was the last time we saw you was the regional, obviously. But how was the off season? You got any life updates? How was baseball?
Pretty good. I put some upgrades on the truck. That was the craziest thing I did.
There you go.
Gotta be smart with the money. I think all of it's in like stock accounts or whatever. But I mean, I had a pretty low key off season.
Yeah.
I just chilled at home. I worked out and then went to work. But I mean, that was kind of what I wanted to do. Made a little extra money in the off season there.
There you go.
But it was definitely being down here in Florida for like 5 months and then going back to PA for the winter.
Dude, that's the coldest change.
30 degrees I've ever been in my life.
I can only imagine.
We came down here and got like blood work done, and they were like, your vitamin D levels are extremely low. And I was
Shocker.
like, that makes sense. I was like, if I didn't have to go outside, I did not.
I haven't seen the sun in weeks.
Yeah. No, dude. It was so bad. I never wanted to go outside.
I don't blame you. It's too damn cold, and it's always cloudy. Like you can never know. It could always snow at some point. It's the way Philly is. But
I did see snow though. I hadn't seen snow in like 4 years.
Really? I guess that makes sense.
Because it didn't snow. Because like when we would go home for Christmas break at school, it was like that period of time where it wouldn't snow.
Yeah.
But then our snow happens like later, like in January. So I got to see some there.
It is weird, the timing of it all, because it's always like later. It's never like December. It's always like January, February when it snows in North Carolina. But it's always weird how each state has their own kind of weather, whatever.
Yeah.
But when did you get back down to Florida to start preparing for the season and stuff in spring training? I guess your version of spring training.
We got down here January 12th. So we had like 2, they call them high performance camps.
Okay.
So, but they it's what they call them.
I know, it's just funny.
I know. But the first camp in January was, I think, about 60 people. So it was like all the past 2 years, like draft guys, and then some hand-picked people. And then that was pretty much just like working out big time, getting back into like a throwing routine. And that was pretty much it. I mean, we were there for 2 hours a day. It was like throw, get big in the gym. That was about it.
Yeah.
And then
that's not a bad day.
That lasted about a month. And then in February, there was like a second wave of people. It was probably another 70 people came. And that's kind of when it turned more into like baseball specific. So we were doing team defense. We were doing like all that stuff that like we would do at school. And then I think it was first week of March, everybody showed up. And it's crazy how many people are. There's just no
in the
room
Phillies
in
organization.
There's no room in the locker room at all. Well, it's because you have all like along with all the teams, you have all the like Dominican Summer League guys. Like they all come up for spring training, and it's like an extra 50 people jumped off that.
I'm sure I'm sure it helps it get like a little less monotonous. Like you're talking about how like literally by stages, like January sucks because it's 2 hours of the same thing every day for a month. February, a little bit more people get there, you do a little bit more, and then March, it's just like full on. Like, hey, it's chaotic. Deal with it.
Yeah.
Get on the bus or get run over.
I will say it was when we had like 2 hour days. It was fun because we get to go golf.
Yeah. Okay, you got me there.
Yeah. I mean, not good at golf, but it was fun to go along.
Yeah, I hear you. Well, good. Was there ever like in the moment during the spring, did you ever get to like talk to anybody or pick anybody's brain that was really cool? Or have like I've asked like have like a pinch me moment maybe of something like, well, I'm actually doing this. Like I'm actually a Philly.
I talked to Cole Hamels for like 5 minutes.
Yeah,
that
okay,
was
that's okay.
that was
tops
sick
it.
because that was my favorite player growing up. So that was huge. He was down there. Apparently, he comes back like probably almost every year for like spring training, maybe the first like week or two when pitchers catchers come down. But he was there. I went to like one of those little like fundraiser camps when I was little, just because I loved him so much. But I went up. I said something like that to him because it's for his foundation.
Cole, I love you.
But I went up and was like, "Oh, I went to your camp when I was little." That was probably like the biggest starstruck moment I had. I haven't had like too many. Like you see the guys, and it's weird because it's the team you like rooted for growing up.
You're like, I was just about to say exactly right. Yeah.
But I'm surprised I haven't been like more like, oh man, like that's so and so. Like I've seen people in my first thought have been like, I thought you were taller than that.
Of course, that's your reaction.
Like I saw Harper and I was like, I thought he was bigger than that.
Yeah.
Not like oh snap, that's Bryce Harper.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
Which
is good though. I guess it makes you more comfortable around them if you ever have to talk to them, where it's like you're not like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, no doubt. You can like hold a conversation if they ask you something.
Yeah, it's weird that dynamic because you obviously are from Pennsylvania, and you grew up a Phillies fan, and you get to play for the team you grew up rooting for, and it's easy to be like, oh my God, those are like I literally watched you guys in the World Series a couple years ago when I was in college, like. Absolutely rooting for you. Like, it's weird because JC's in the Braves division now, so I'm like, are you gonna root for like keep up with the Braves? Like, I asked Shank, is he gonna keep up with the Dodgers? Trey has made it very clear that he's not a Phillies fan anymore. He's only rooting for the Blue Jays because they're the ones paying him. And I'm like, okay, if that's the way you want to go about it, but it's you're living a dream that only a few people get to live out, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, it is, and there's a couple people that we got that were. Not like Philadelphia natives, but like people who are definitely fans. There's like two kids from Jersey, kid from Delaware.
Yeah, that makes it
really
really cool. For sure.
A lot of homegrown people.
Yeah. Where since the season's about to start this weekend, where do they have you guys starting out? You specifically, but where you are starting out, what are you most looking forward to? I mean, it's your first big league season.
Yeah, I'm starting in Low A with the Threshers, so it's just right across the road.
They play at the conference tournament stadium, right?
Yes, sir. I think I'll be here when they come down.
That's beautiful.
I'll get to be in the stands and heckle people.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
I will say our like spring training place got renovated this fall because of it flooded during the hurricane.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that.
Everything is big league standard. So it is. That's so extremely nice on the inside. So that is a huge plus to being over there. But, I mean, I'm excited for, honestly, the longevity of it. People always say, like, it's so hard to get through a season. I think it's 140 games, not including the postseason.
Right.
But, like, people would always think our college season was long, and I always thought it wasn't long enough. When we get done, I'd be like,
damn.
I wasn't prepared for it to end.
I need a beer. Yeah.
But I think it'll be good. There's a lot of like little traditions that we have that I think is going to be fun to be a part of. Especially the one I'm scared for is the dance tradition. You got a first win of the season. Everyone who like hasn't been on the roster before, do a dance circle. You got to get in the middle.
That's not your thing. There's no way.
Not.
Not even close to your thing.
I was brainstorming some ideas yesterday. I think I'm going to cook up the stanky leg and I'm gonna get out of there real fast.
Yeah,
But,
it's like a 3-second thing. Hit it, get recognized, get out.
get out of there.
Yeah.
But I mean, overall, I'm just kind of like excited. We got a good group of guys, low IQ group, so I mean that makes it for the best of fun.
You'll fit in great.
Oh, 100%.
Good,
But
dude.
I think it'll just be like a really fun season.
Yeah, good.
Get
We'll
to
be
know everyone better.
yeah, no, for sure. I think it'll be cool because are you gonna? What are you gonna start relief? Do you know yet?
I'm like a hybrid relief guy. So like one batter,
Classic.
long
Nice.
relief, whatever they need.
Very cool. Cool. Well, we'll keep up with you obviously, and then if you're in Clearwater, and we'll be down there for the conference tournament, and then we'll get to see you and hang out with you. But we'll keep up with you this season. Watch you on the MILB TV or whatever it is that the minor leagues are streamed on and stuff. And we'll keep up with you, and we'll hope you have a good season.
Thanks, Beal.
Yep. Thanks for
Appreciate
spending
you
some
having me
time. Thanks for spending some time, Rich.
on. Absolutely, sir.
All right, next up, St. Louis Cardinals pitcher TB Tyler Bradt, first time on the show. How you doing, brother?
I'm doing awesome. Thanks for having me.
Good to see you. Good to catch up. We haven't talked to him forever, but I'm glad you're doing well. How was the off season? Got any life updates for us or anything?
And off season was good. I just you know the drill. Live every day and make some money on the side if you can. But the only thing really this off season that's new is I bought a new truck this off season as well.
It seems to be a recurring trend with a lot of the guys. It's like, yeah, I got a new car, so go figure. Yeah.
I guess that's it, huh?
Were you in South Carolina for the off season?
Yeah, I was in South Carolina all off season, and then I would train a little bit in Tennessee for 3-4 days a month, and then head back to South Carolina.
Nice. What were you doing in Tennessee?
I was training with 108 Performance I've been with them for like 2 years.
Nice. Very cool. Very cool. So Cardinals are in Arizona.
No, we're in Florida.
Florida. That's what I meant, in Florida. You know what I meant. But when exactly did the off season end for you, and when did you end up going down to Florida?
So the off season actually ended on my birthday, which was February 11th. I had to be at camp to start spring training this year.
Nice. What was like the whole, I guess, process down in, because for example, Richie was talking about how he went early for camps from January to February, and then that was kind of monotonous. It was like throw, lift, done. February came, and then it turned into more team defense stuff, and then March came, and it was full blown. Hey, we're practicing and playing. What was that like for you?
Yeah, like early February was the early camp, so it was our step camp where it's like 40 minor leaguers come in, and we train extra for like a month. And during that time, we're just throwing bullpens and working on extra stuff, pitch design on the track, man, and all that good stuff. And then after that 2-3 week period, it's right into live BPs, and then all of a sudden you're playing games. So, I mean, I got 7-8 innings in games this year in spring training, and then
Let's go.
plus 4 or 5 live ABs before the games even started.
Yeah, I was about to say, I feel like it's very process oriented in terms of like trying to build you up, and like when the game said, hey, we're hitting the ground running. But was there, now that, it's different with some of the guys, because some guys have been in the league for 3-4 years, others 2, others this is their first year, but with you having a year under your belt, has there anybody that you've like gravitated towards in the spring getting ready for your second big league season, or is it just kind of business as usual, going about your business, knowing your routine and all that good stuff?
I mean, I think right now, early year, it's more of just 30, like 6 nights a week. Right now, it's more about right, getting your free throw routine right, your lifting routine, getting everything rolling as you hit the season.
Gotcha. Yeah, I figured. It's more often than not, it's used as a build up to get ready, but it's still time to work on stuff, which is good. Which I'm glad you're taking care of.
It's big trial and error on routines. You try a routine for a week, it doesn't really work, or you don't like it, you can always go back and add it. That's what I use spring training for. So. Yeah,
I think that's one thing that a lot of guys have been very like vocal about is like getting fully immersed in everything, picking and choosing what you like, trying it, seeing if it works for you, and it might work for somebody else's. But being able to look at older guys like that, guys that have been there, especially in the atmosphere of spring training where they're very like open about helping guys, I feel like it's a good experience and opportunity for you.
No, yeah, I got to back up a couple here, which is pretty cool. And I mean, you just listen to all the big league guys talk about, what they go through every day, what they're trying to do every day, what they're working on. It gives you a lot of, knowledge to help you guide yourself through it.
Yeah, no, for sure. Which is good. I mean, especially you getting older and older and more into it, you'll end up being that guy one day for that to help the young Latin Americans and all the spicy guys throwing 102 at 15 years old.
They are nasty.
Where do they have you starting out to start the season?
So I'll be playing in High A again this year, which is Peoria, Illinois, which is Chiefs. Go Chiefs.
Go Chiefs.
Hopefully a couple months and do what I did at the end of last year, keep that on and go to AA by All-Star break.
Yeah, you turned it on towards the end of last year for sure, and you played well. But like you said, building on that stuff towards the end of last year, what are your, I guess, whether it's personal goals, team goals, heading into this year, and what are you most looking forward to for the next few months?
Oh, man, we just redid a lot of the stuff here in Peoria, so I think we're excited about the new stuff we have at the facility. We also got some new faces in the locker room as coaches. We got some new coordinators in the Cardinals org, so I think there's a little bit of a buzz going around the locker room. I mean, practice yesterday was electric. Everybody was energetic, and you usually don't see that much in a pro practice. Everybody yelling, getting excited. I mean, that's more of like a college practice, but I mean, yesterday the energy was good. The locker room was buzzing, so I think everyone's really excited to see what happens on Friday.
Heck yeah, dude. You got any roommates?
Yeah, so I'm rooming with Zach Levin.
Very nice.
Yeah, so we're in a two-bed bath, which is awesome this year.
I was about to say, I feel like that's not like normal. That's pretty sick. That's a good spot.
Most guys in High A have their own room, but last year we didn't have our own room. This year we do.
Yeah, awesome. That's huge. Well, good, dude. I'm looking forward to watching you pitch. Seriously, it's one of those guys that is a very hard worker, and even though you were only here for a year, it's a special place in a lot of our hearts. So I'm glad to see you're doing well. I'm glad to see you perform this year.
Thanks, Danny. I really appreciate it.
Good luck
to you. Go,
no problem.
Love the show. Keep it going.
Appreciate it. Yeah, that's the plan. We're gonna have some new episodes, but this will probably drop right around the time where you guys are playing. So good luck, and we'll keep up with you this year, and we'll see you shove a little bit.
Awesome. Appreciate it.
All right, next up, Colorado Rockies closing pitcher, Zach Agnos, part 2 on the show. How's it going, Z?
What's up, Danny? I'm doing good. How are you?
Really good. Thanks for hopping on for a couple minutes.
Yeah.
Last time we talked to you, it was the fall, but how was the offseason? Any life updates for us? Anything crazy happen?
Yeah, I mean, sister got married in December, which was awesome. And then my brother John, not Jake, him and his wife are expecting a baby in early May. So we got a lot of exciting stuff coming up for the Agnos family, and yeah, it was a good off season. Spent a lot of time with Jake and his fiance down in Florida. So yeah, off season went by like that. So in typical fashion. So now we're back in and rolling in the season.
That was bad timing on John's part. Middle of baseball season. What the hell were they thinking?
I know they got out to spring training. Luckily, on like her last week, able to travel. So it was good seeing them. But he told me, he was like, if you get called up by then I don't care. Like, I'm going to the game. I'm like, dude, you can't do that. But I know, shame on him, but it's okay. You can't. I mean, I'm excited for them and excited to meet the baby, and might be a while for me since I'm going to be in season, but
yeah, that's all right. It's part of it. If you don't have to spoil anything, do they know if it's a boy or a girl yet?
It's a girl.
Girl.
I believe that's announced.
I hope it is, for your sake.
Yeah.
Well,
but
cool.
Yeah. She's going to be spoiled.
Yeah. Oh, 100%. Oh my gosh, I can only imagine. By your mom too. Oh my goodness gracious. First grade kids.
Before they even knew the gender, she was going out and buying like clothes for boys and girls. So now she's just waiting till one of us has a boy or just return it. I don't even know.
You're next up. You're on the clock. You and Jake.
I got a lot of time.
You and Jake gotta get rolling.
Katie's probably, the betting odds are probably heavily in Katie's favor.
Yeah, you're probably, that's probably fair. Probably fair. Well, how was the spring part? When did your off season end? When did you officially have to go down to where the spring training site is for the Rockies and get going?
Yeah, so I had to go to like little mini camp January 20th, I believe. And so I was out there then, and then got sent to Denver to do like a little fan fest. And then I just didn't feel like flying back to Florida and come back a week later. So I'd been out there since like late January. So spring training was a pretty long time. I was out in Arizona for like 2.5 months. But yeah, it just so I guess it would be late January. I got out to Scottsdale.
How was the? I mean, like you said, you were there for a while. How was the spring though? I mean, getting to pitch in big league games must have been really, really cool experience, and doing as well as you did is even cooler. But how was the experience? Like, was it kind of like a build up? Because most of the guys I've talked to have said it's like January, or I guess whenever you get there, it's kind of like low key, and then it slowly builds up as time goes on, and towards the end of the spring training, it's pretty full go. But what was, I guess, it like for you being able to pitch in those big games and do so well?
I mean, I wouldn't say it was a slow build up for me. I mean, they told me right when I got there, they were like, "Hey, uh, like you're gonna be used a lot."
Okay.
Um, So, like Tyler Kinley, one of the relievers in the big leagues, works out down in the gym, same gym as Jake and I do, and he was telling me he's like, "Hey, they like to throw these young guys a lot, so like just be ready to go." So I kind of had an idea that I was going to be ready to go. I mean,
Yeah.
I think I have like 13 innings in spring training, which like I think
Jeez, dude.
a normal reliever gets like 8 or 9.
Yeah.
So they did peel off towards the end. I had a couple like I think I had like two inning stints, so like that's one outing. But spring training was awesome. Like being able to get to experience that big league,
Hmm.
situation, vibe, whatever you want to call it, was really fun. Like a lot of good guys. Like you think, I mean, obviously, like when I was in high school, you saw like Chris Bryant win an MVP, win the World Series, win Rookie of the Year. So you're like that dude's like immortal, and but now you talk to him and he's just a normal dude, and
Yeah.
he just likes to have a good time too. So it was super cool, and you get to grow your relationships with those guys who hopefully will be your teammates in the near future. So but just getting treated, I mean, like I felt so out of place. Like I was a minor league guy, like getting paid very little in there, and these guys like the clubbies are just like picking up my cleats like
Yeah. It's
immediately
like,
when I come in,
I got
scrubbing
it,
them.
dude. I could get it.
I'm
Yeah.
like I just didn't know how to feel. I was just like I was
Yeah.
kind of like tucked away in a corner, just
Yeah.
like me and a bunch of other minor league guys. So, but it was good. I mean, I lasted a long time, and um, got a lot of great feedback. So it's a lot of exciting stuff.
I was about to say because there's been a lot of like Carter said that like being around Kevin Kiermaier was like a shock, but then he realized how cool he was being able to talk to him, and he's like been a great mentor. Same thing with like Dalton Varsho. Richie was
Sure.
like he saw Bryce Harper and was like, I thought you'd be bigger, like just like super
Yeah,
like be like whoa, and
that's
then
what you
it's
think.
yeah, and then you get up closer and it's like yeah, then they're literally normal people just like us, and it's cool to have those experiences. But now that you've been in those moments, especially in the spring, has there been like a pinch me moment, like I'm actually a Rocky, like I'm actually doing this, like this is pretty cool?
I mean, yes and no. I mean, I try not to like be like I try to not make the game different than the
Yeah,
game is. Like it's
yeah,
still just a game, but in reality, like even in spring training, when you walk out on that field and you just see the stadium packed, and they got like a berm in the outfield, and it's just all a bunch of blankets with people sitting on it.
so
it
cool.
it's pretty surreal, but and I mean, there definitely are like I mean, there's a lot of like. I don't know if you follow Pitching Ninja, but there's this guy Jimmy Herget who's always on Pitching Ninja,
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
and come like I was golfing with him a lot during spring and stuff like that. So you're like, all right, like I'm kind of here, so it's like kind of cool. So I wouldn't say there's a pinch me moment, but there's definitely like a lot of cool, really really cool moments.
Yeah, no, I can only imagine, and it's only going to get better from here. You started in AAA. Your season's already started. How
Yeah.
has it been, I guess, for the first week? Most guys, their season starts this weekend in Double A and Single A and all those levels. But you being in AAA, your season already started. What has it been like, and what I guess are you looking forward to this year, personally, team wise, whatever it may be?
Well, the first weekend was brutal. I'll just say that. Not the games or anything, but the travel. On the way back, we were supposed to go from Sacramento to San Diego to Albuquerque.
Oh,
We
jeez.
went from Sacramento to San Diego. Didn't land, almost landed. Like literally got 100 feet from the ground, like probably twice. Like pulled up, did a circle, pulled up, did a circle, whatever. Redirected to Phoenix.
Phoenix.
Yeah, and then went
Jeez.
from sat in Phoenix for like 2 hours, and then didn't let us get off the plane, and
Of
then
course
went
not.
from Phoenix back to Arizona, back to San Diego, and then to Albuquerque. It was like a freaking
Oh.
9 hour like 11-hour travel. It was ridiculous. But other than that, it's been good. I mean,
Yeah. Other than the
I
awful
mean,
plane ride.
yeah, right. It's definitely interesting because Albuquerque's at such a high altitude. It's actually higher than Denver. So,
Really? Wow.
yeah, I think it's a couple hundred feet higher than Denver, they said, but it's just like we ran yesterday and I'm just gassed after 2 sprints. I'm like, geez. And then like our strength coach was like, hey, I recommend you jog to the pitcher's mound and try to time it out. So like, it's crazy the stuff that you have to like adjust to with it. Like I got off the mound yesterday just because I wanted to see how different my pitches move. And it's unbelievable how much different they move. But it's just like little things like that take getting used to. And I'm actually looking forward to that because, you know, I'm gonna have to deal with it if I go to the big leagues
That's right.
every single home series. So
Half the
I
year.
think it's
Yeah.
yeah. So I think it's really good to get my feet wet being here and doing this. So that's the thing I'm most excited for is just to continue to learn about myself and about just competing at elevation because at the end of the day it's really hard as a pitcher in baseball, but it's a great challenge, and I would love to be one of the guys that helps figure out the pitching and altitude thing.
Yeah,
It's
hey,
exciting.
you're up for the challenge, and like you said, it's hard enough as it is, like getting acclimated to new levels, especially to start the year. You've never been there; it's weird. Like you were having to succeed right away, and then on top of that, hey, you're pitching in thin air and a line drive that is head high could find its way out somehow, and it's like,
Yeah,
jeez, Louise, bro, like
it's
it can't catch a break.
it's pretty unreal. It was kind of weird last night. I mean, last night we kind of got killed, but I don't think they put up 15. They put up 15, and there it was blown straight out to right, and I don't think there was one home run hit last night. So I was like,
Oh.
this is kind of cool. There's
It's
supposed to
just
be bombs hit left and right, and they just put up 15 without
yeah.
hitting one.
That's how you draw it up in the team meeting beforehand. It's just hit a bunch of
Yeah,
doubles and call it a day.
it's gonna be fun. It's fun. A
I
lot of
bet.
fun stuff.
Yeah, I bet. Well, good, dude. I'm glad you're doing well. I'm glad you're feeling healthy and all that stuff, and glad the family's doing well first and foremost too. But
Yeah,
we
it's
are
awesome.
we're looking forward to watching you on MILB TV, as I've been told is what the minor leagues are streamed on. So we're looking
Yeah,
forward to watching you pitch and hopefully be up in the big league club here in a little bit.
yeah. I hope to make the TV watching a little bit easier, so guys don't have to go through a subscription. You can just go through normal TV. But I
Altitude
appreciate
Sports,
you having
baby.
me on.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no problem.
right.
Yeah, we're excited. We're that is I think that was my prediction at the beginning of this year for all of like the former ECU guys was like Zach will be up by All-Star break. Now, you
I
don't
hope
have to
so.
say yes or no. You could say yeah, exactly. I hope so. But
I
that's my
really, I
prediction.
really want to. I really, really want to be. So,
Yeah, I'm sure you
you
do.
you can't. I mean, you know how this game is, Dan. You can't say yes, I'll be up there, or no, I
Yeah.
won't be up there, because anything can happen
That's
in
right.
a day. So,
Yeah, that's right.
um, but no, I appreciate it, and tell your parents I say hello and that I miss them, and I hope they're doing well.
We'll do. We'll do. We're excited and pumped to see you go out and do your thing this year and get up, and we'll be there at some point when you're up with the Rockies. We'll come watch.
All right, well, sounds good. I appreciate you having me on, Diddy.
Yep. Thanks, Z.
Want to interrupt this episode to bring you another sponsor over at Curtis Construction. Since 1960 and the year 2025, where they've eclipsed 65 years of service, they have been dedicated to servicing commercial roofs with an unwavering commitment to quality, integrity, and service excellence. Curtis Construction offers a range of services including roof replacements, restoration, repairs, preventative maintenance, inspections, and emergency services. Whether you need a reliable roof provider or want to learn more about the trade, visit curtiscc.com or give them a call at 252-523-1078. Kelly Casey over at Curtis Construction is awesome. Huge supporter of ECU baseball and the show, so give them some support for everything that they do for the community of Greenville.
All right, now we have on San Francisco Giants starting pitcher Carson Whisenhunt. What's going on, Wiz?
What up, Danny? How are you?
Good. How are you doing?
Can't complain.
Another day in Vegas, huh?
Another day.
Yeah. Well, thanks for taking the time to hop on for a couple minutes. We haven't talked to you in Lord knows how long. But how was the off season? How's everything been? How you been up to? Anything? Any life updates or anything crazy happening?
Off season was really good. Stayed at home most of it. Traveled around a little bit, but just tried to focus on getting back to my normal stuff in the gym and throwing wise, and nothing really changed life wise.
Get any new cars? I feel like everybody said, "Yeah, I got a new truck." Not that you
No,
need a new one, but
no. I looked at a couple, but I didn't get any this off season.
shocker.
Probably next off season. That'll be
Yeah.
the new thing going forward.
Yeah.
But just kind of hung out and relaxed a little bit and just tried to get ready for this upcoming season.
Yeah. You've been out, I guess, being on the West Coast. Is it that much of a change from like being in Davie County? Like, is it? I mean, obviously, it's different. Everything's different than Davie County. Let's be honest. But like, being on the West Coast for an extended period of time, is it something you got to get acclimated to, or is it pretty easy?
I'd say the biggest thing is just the time change.
Yeah, I
Um,
figured.
I mean, it's a 2 and 3 hour difference depending on what time of year it is. But very different than Davie County.
Yeah.
Not even close to the same. Um, Other than that, it's been a great time. I prefer to, not have to deal with time change all the time.
Yeah, I hear you.
But you kind of get the cards you're dealt. But other than that, it's been really good.
Cool. Well, being in Davie for as long as you were, when did I guess your off season end? When did you have to report to camp? Wherever the San Francisco Giants are, when did you have to report, and how did your spring go?
I left Davie in early January-ish to go out for a camp, and then I came back for a little bit.
Okay.
And I think I got out to Arizona for good probably mid-ish January.
Nice.
Been out there, and then spring went really well.
Yeah, sure did.
Felt really good.
Really good.
Felt really good. Body was moving well. Working on a new pitch, like the slider came around. Working on with the fastball, trying to get a little bit more vert to it. Just
Still
working
got
on some different
still got the
grips.
change piece.
Yeah, that one's not going anywhere.
Yeah, that's the bread and butter.
Got to keep that one.
Yeah, that one's pretty important.
Yeah, we're not gonna mess with that one.
Yeah, that looked pretty. I saw some interviews you were doing while you were down there, just like talking about all the guys that you've gotten to interact with, like Verlander and other guys and stuff. Has there? I mean, you've been up there for a while now in terms of like in professional baseball, but has there been a guy that or guys that you've gravitated towards? Has there been like a pinch me moment, like, wow, I'm really doing this. I'm a professional baseball player for the Giants.
I would say probably not anybody specific. It's just been more of like a group thing. Like I obviously knew Gav and everybody kind of before that, but
Yeah.
once I got here, like talking with Logan Webb,
Mm-hmm.
I mean now we have Verlander, which is insane. Like that dude's unbelievable. And then you got, I mean, Robbie Ray, great
Yeah.
track record as well. Jordan Hicks, who used to be a bullpen guy, which
Throws 9 billion miles an hour.
dude, he's been disgusting. Like then we got like our younger guys like Hayden Birdsong, Landon Roop went to UNCW.
Yeah.
Like,
Yep.
known
In the
him,
rotation.
so like got a bunch of those guys kind of able to talk to and be around and just kind of pick their brain. Like it's been unbelievable, especially like Webb, Verlander, Robbie. Like those guys have been great, trying to just help and be team players. Honestly,
Yeah, I bet. I mean, I've talked to a couple guys talking about like Zach was with Chris Bryant in camp, and it was like, wow,
Yeah.
I remember watching you grow up. Or like Carter was talking about being like talking with Kevin Kiermaier about like outfield stuff, and it's like crazy. Or like Ritchie was like, yeah, I saw Bryce Harper, and I was like, I thought he'd be bigger. And it's like stuff like that where it's like you see stuff like that, and it's like it's crazy that you grew up watching these guys and now you're teammates with them. But it's cool that you're able to pick their brains. And I think in the spring that's when it happens a lot. Is like that is the time when they're vulnerable and talking to you about that stuff, which I think it was cool that you got to experience.
absolutely, especially with like Verlander, because you don't realize it, but I mean, I was like 4 years old when that dude debuted,
You were a baby.
which is crazy,
He's still kicking.
and he's still doing it.
Yeah, unbelievable.
And I mean, it's just been awesome to kind of see that, pick his brain, and kind of ask questions, honestly. Just like try and get as many questions and answers out of that guy as I can, just because he's done it for so long.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Well, seeing as you started out in AAA, pitching really well, had a good first outing, you lost, but you still pitched really well. We Carter Cunningham's dad was on Twitter lighting it up about Zach because he saved the game against your team that you pitched in, but you had a good start nonetheless. But you started in AAA, season started last week. What are your expectations, or what are you looking forward to going into these next few months in the season?
The biggest thing this year is kind of going back to 23 with what I was doing, not really worrying about too much, just going out there and competing, like not caring who's in the box, what team we're playing, whatever's bothering me, whatever it is. Like, just go out there and attack the zone, no matter if I don't have my best stuff that day. It's like I got to trust what I have, and I know I can beat these guys, so I just got to go out there and believe that.
Yeah, no, for sure, and it's a mental battle within itself, being able to like manage how long of a season it is, staying healthy, whatever it is, but just flicking on the switch of just, hey, go compete. Who cares about everything else is important. So I'm glad you're letting it eat here in the next few months. It's gonna be fun to watch.
Oh yeah.
Well,
But yeah,
yeah, no, we're pumped to watch you. We're gonna watch you on is MILB TV apparently is what all the minor league stuff is streamed on. So we'll have to watch you get there. And I told Zach earlier, I was like, my prediction for him specifically is he'll be up there by the All-Star break, but I don't think you'll be soon thereafter. I think you'll be up there pretty soon, shoving it in the Bay Area.
I hope so. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, I hope so too.
See how this
Cool.
goes, and then kind of just go from there.
Yeah, keep shoving, keep doing your thing. Thanks for taking a little bit to hang out, but we're looking forward to watching you do your thing. Thanks, Wiz.
Absolutely, I appreciate it.
Next up, we got the most interesting man in the world, Chicago Cubs pitcher Landon Ginn. Welcome to the program, brother. How are you?
Good, man. Glad to be here.
Good to see you. Haven't gotten a chance to talk to you in a long time. Hope you're doing well.
Doing well, man. It's been a minute. Glad to be able to catch up with you, especially over this.
Absolutely. Well, how have you been? Obviously we haven't talked to you in a while, but how has everything been? How was your season last year? How's the off season been? You got any life updates for us?
All season was great. Just grinding, listening every day, trying to get this elbow ready to sling it.
Yeah.
Spring was the same thing. Now we're just ready to get into the season, or I am at least. I'm ready
Heck
to go.
yeah. Were you during the off season? Were you back in good old Goldsboro, or were you out in Arizona with the Cubs?
I was in Goldsboro for probably about a month, and then I was in Arizona for the other half of the off season, training out here.
You been hanging out with Cohen at all, or no?
Oh yeah, me and Cohen are talking crap to each other every day.
As it should be. For those of you guys that don't know, Cohen Moreno was a pitcher in me and Landon's high school class, and he was supposed to come to East Carolina, but he ended up getting drafted by the Cubs in the, 5th round? Something like that?
5th round, yep.
Yeah, something like that, 5th round. But he was a great pitcher, great dude. We played travel ball with him, but he hasn't been able to stay healthy. But hopefully this year will be a good year for him and Landon both. But I'm glad you got to spend at least a little bit of time in the good old state of North Carolina before you had to head out west with everybody else.
Oh yeah.
How are your cars been? Been revving? You've been turning left?
The cars are kicking. When I was home for probably a month, and at least I know every day I touch my little Mustang back on.
As it should be.
But trying to get it to go fast.
Hey, just turn left and go fast. That's all that matters.
Yeah,
That's funny. Well, turning, I guess, to the season, when did your off season end? When did you end up going to Arizona to start preparing and stuff and get into spring training?
I came out. You talking about when I came out here? Came out here in January. I've been out here January 4th, and I should be getting out of here in about a month and a half is what we're expecting. I got lives in 2 weeks for the first time, so that'll be fun to see a hitter.
Very nice.
Can't wait to go throw some slutters.
Yeah, there you go. Slutty Slutter. Love that guy. It's the best. What have you been doing the last 3 months? Obviously rehabbing and stuff and getting ready and getting your arm in a good position to throw, but besides that, what has it been like being able to be around, big leaguers and stuff like that in this Cubs spring training facility?
It's awesome. A lot of the older guys that have been here a while, they're really cool guys. Like when me and we're freshmen in college, getting to know everybody. Then start spring training's really fun. A lot of poker nights been going on. A lot of trash talk. It's just fun. But just trying to get out and go do things outside the complex too, like just exploring Arizona a little bit.
You guys are where in Arizona?
We're in Mesa. We're right beside the Tempe line, or Tempe,
Okay.
how they want to say it out here. They change it. It's different. But we're like 5 minutes from ASU.
Oh, nice. Very nice.
10 from Scottsdale, 15 from Scottsdale.
Yeah, I was about to say Scottsdale, I've heard, is like spectacular this time of year. Well, I guess all times of the year, but particularly when it's cold other places, it's nice there now.
When the Waste Management was here, it was you won't driving anywhere.
I bet it was a pain, but to see the people walking around and like seeing like videos the last couple of years of that place, it is a jungle.
Yeah, I personally haven't been. I don't want to pay the $500 to go.
Yeah,
but
I don't blame you.
It's been worth the $500. So next year I might go.
You might as well. You've been playing any golf lately?
I've actually have. Swing is, I don't play enough for it to be consistent. Like one day, the night draw, and the next day I'm playing the ball in the rough because I can't find the face.
Some things never change.
Yep.
Well, with obviously you're rehabbing, which is great, and getting healthy, which is what we all want to see, and see you in a Cubs uniform eventually. But over the next month and a half, you'll be training, getting ready to go. Do you know where you're going to start out, or at least plan on starting out once you are healthy?
They've mentioned Myrtle Beach, Chloe. I'm just ready to go play. Don't matter where they send me. I hope that'd be nice.
Play gets another uniform.
Yeah,
for sure. Well, good. In terms of your own personal expectations or what you're looking forward to for this season, I'm assuming, like you just said, looking forward to facing hitters first and foremost, whether it's in Arizona or somewhere else, but then getting to pitch in actual games and get back to, some normalcy when it comes to baseball games and stuff. Is there anything else that you're looking forward to? And your second big league season now?
I'm just looking to go out there and really. I'm looking to go out there and find that groove on the mound because how it's got slow starts sometimes. You find that competitive edge back half of the year. I know you were especially known for that.
Yeah, no doubt.
We were playing around at the beginning, and then the end of the year we figured it out, and we were the go-to guys. But I want to find that early on. That's the goal. I want to find that competitive edge.
Good, dude. Yeah, it is a groove that we've seen, whether it's you and me in 23 or Spivey in 22 or like even Gavin in 21. It's it's those little like grooves that you hit where you feel unstoppable and you're not going to be able to be touched. And hopefully early on in the year and even early on in your rehab, you hit that groove and you hit the ground running when you finally do get to go to low air, high, and face some hitters and shove like we all know you can.
Yeah, exactly. I know you would love to hear this, but I've been really actually honing in on the mental imagery coming.
Oh, wow.
I haven't seen a hitter in forever, man. I don't know what it's like when they miss that slutter or that curveball.
Jeez, look at you leaning into it. Look at us rebellious little freshmen that were like, we're never going to use this. This is useless, blah, 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 blah. And now we're grown-ups and we're using it, huh?
Yeah, but it works. It definitely helps. It's definitely good for people. I haven't pitched in so long. Sometimes you forget how good you are.
Yeah, no, for sure. Hey, we've all been there. You and me both.
Definitely been there before.
Yeah, for sure. Well, good. Well, keep up your rehab stuff. Keep doing what you do. We're always rooting for you. We love you, Tone Bob. But get healthy, get where you're going. We'll watch you pitch, and we'll be rooting for you all the rest of this year. Thanks for coming on and spending some time with us.
Of course, man. I appreciate you having me up here, man. I'm about to catch up.
No doubt. All right. Tone again, everybody.
This episode is also brought to you by Caroline Cook Homes. Caroline is committed to helping you find your dream home, selling your property for the best possible price, and providing top-notch real estate services. She is dedicated to providing personalized attention and expert guidance to meet all of your real estate needs. Whether you are a first-time homebuyer or an experienced investor, Caroline is here to help you navigate the complex and ever-changing real estate market. Caroline prides herself on local knowledge, professionalism, and commitment to exceeding your expectations. Explore her website to learn more about the services she provides and the properties she has to offer over at CarolineCookHomes.com. You can also contact her today to start your real estate journey over at 252-341-1992 or at ccookrealtor@yahoo.com. Caroline does work in Morehead City, Winterville, Atlantic Beach, and Greenville. Go check her out and support her and tell her thank you for supporting the show. All right, next up, Cleveland Guardians starting pitcher, relief pitcher, whatever comes his way, he'll figure it out. But Carter Spivey, part 2, welcome to the show, brother.
Glad to be back.
What's going on? How are you? How's the offseason been? You got any life updates for us? You've been doing well?
Yeah, spring training, everything went well. Got to throw in a couple big league spring training games. That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
And I mean, overall, just pretty happy. Got to hang out with Gavin a bunch out in Arizona. Got to spend time with some family too. Family I hadn't seen in a while, so it was a good spring.
Nice, very cool. I mean, I obviously know, but the listeners don't. What were you up to in the off season? Where were you training and stuff, and what were you doing?
Yeah, I was at Tread up until like January 21st or something like that, and then flew out to Arizona January 26th. But yeah, just spent some time in Charlotte. Was there for like a month and a half, working with our guy Jason, just trying to work on some things, clean up the delivery, throw a little bit harder, and get like the pitch shapes and everything dialed in. So I'd say it was a success.
Yeah, no, it looked great. I mean, obviously from the videos we've seen early in the spring and stuff, you look like you're in your groove already. And being there firsthand, you've worked really hard. So I'm glad that it's finally paying off. And in the spring, you were able to do your thing. But was there anything in the spring that caught you off guard as opposed to like years past? Obviously last year was a weird dynamic getting signed and stuff, but this full spring training you had and then full build up, what was that like?
Yeah, well, I guess there's two things. One, the first time like actually throwing with big league balls was that was a little bit of an adjustment. It honestly wasn't like as bad as I like maybe thought it was going to be going into it. And now I've gotten used to it. Like I love throwing with big league balls now. Like they feel really good to me. And then outside of that,
slicker, right? Like slicker and lower seams.
Yeah, the leather's a little, or they're like, I guess they're wound a little tighter. The seams are a little different, and like the size of the ball is like a little bit different compared to like a minor league ball.
So
maybe like to the untrained eye or the untrained hand, like you wouldn't feel the difference, but like I could feel it at first.
Yeah.
But after playing catch with it for about a week and throwing with it off the mound, I got used to it, and honestly, low key kind of prefer them now. And then also, getting to throw in the big league spring training games was cool. And then also like doing all the big league camp stuff, like working with like the big league coaching staff and, being around Gav and some other big leaguers, getting to know those guys. And it was just a cool experience. It was fun.
How important was Gav to getting you like acclimated to it all? I mean, I'm sure having someone there that you know and have known for a while makes it a little bit easier, but was he like introducing you to guys? Was he making it easier for you to get around and like not be awkward? I'm sure he made you less nervous.
Well, yeah. Well, so I didn't have my car out there, so he drove me around from place to place if I needed him to. Needed to go to the store, he'd take me, stuff like that. Just being a good guy, and honestly, I was just talking to him, asking him questions, stuff like that, getting some advice, just so I could kind of know what to do, what to expect, stuff like that, which is super helpful. So that way, when I'm doing something, I feel like I've already kind of done it, so I'm not caught off guard by anything. So that was really the two main things.
Good guy, Gav, doing what he does. Well, good. I'm glad you had a good spring. It was cool to see you pitch in the big league games. Not many guys got to do that. I think JC hit a ball over Altuve's head. Shank got to throw a little bit. A couple other guys too. So it was cool to see you guys.
Yeah, actually, I saw Shank one time when the Mariners came to our place, and I got to talk to him, catch up with him a little bit. He said he's had a pretty good spring. Things were going good, so I was happy to see him.
Yeah, no, he's doing good. He'll be on this little iteration, or I guess whatever you want to call it, of the show. But looking ahead towards, I guess, the spring and the summer, where do they have you starting out? What's your plan? Do you have a plan? What are you looking forward to for your own success?
Well, I guess it's kind of, a little confusing or a little weird, but I broke camp with AAA because they were short on some arms. And then went down to Akron, which I guess is where I was supposed to be. I guess that's like the team that I'm gonna be on.
Yeah.
But then, like I said, got called the other night and got told I was coming back up here just to help cover some innings because they needed an extra arm. So just kind of doing whatever they tell me to do and hoping to win some games in the process.
Yeah, that's what I was telling you before we got on. I was like, hey, whatever you need. Being the bounce back guy, being the guy that bounces between, hey, you get experiences and you keep getting chances up there. The good things are gonna
Absolutely,
happen.
man. Absolutely. Yeah.
That's all
Cool.
it takes. Yeah. No,
Yeah.
I can only imagine. It's the experiences in AAA. We talked to Zach too about you're flying instead of busing. The stadiums are better. The areas are better. The cities are cooler. Like it's an invaluable experience that I'm excited for you to get a chance to do, and we're all pumped to watch you up in those higher levels and hopefully break the big league club later this summer.
Yeah, it would be a dream come true, man. But yeah, like you're saying, it's it a lot of like AAA stuff mimics like the big league, stuff that they do. Like that's like being in AAA is meant to prepare you to be a big leaguer more so than like the other levels. Like that's where you kind of learn more so like the ins and outs, I guess, is how they explained it to me. And like I said, they mimic or like they travel, they fly everywhere, like the stuff they get, stuff like that. That's just the way they do things is all very mirroring of the big league club. So it's cool to kind of experience that to kind of know what to expect. So
Zach was making a joke. He was like the clubby was like getting his stuff out and like cleaning his shoes and like getting his bag.
oh
And he's
yeah.
like, I got it. Like I can do it. I feel so bad. It's like it's my job. What do you
Yeah,
want?
that's the same thing. Like we unload like our buses or whatever, and we got our like duffel bags and stuff, and the clubbies are taking our suitcases and our bags and they're carrying them in for us. I'm like, oh, all right. Well, this is a welcome surprise. I promise y'all don't have to do that. Like I can do it, but thank you, appreciate it.
Exactly. Yeah. It's such a culture change just from ECU where it's like you get your own stuff and you get more stuff and you'll like it. But it's cool. It's a good experience. It's a testament to see how far you've made it and how far you've come. But we're
Absolutely.
excited to watch you go out there and shove and do your thing, and we'll be keeping up with you, and hopefully we'll get to watch you on MILB TV or whatever it is to be able to see you get your thing done.
Yeah, I appreciate that, man. It's fun. I'm looking forward to getting back out there and playing, and having a long season, winning a lot of ball games this year.
That's right. Well, in due time, all the hard work will pay off, and we'll be excited to see it. But thanks for taking the time to hang out for a couple minutes and catch everybody up.
Thanks for having me, Danny.
All right, next up, Cincinnati Reds catcher Ryan McCrystal. What's up, brother? How you doing?
Good, man.
What you up to?
Well, at the golf course here in the clubhouse, just got some Wi-Fi to work. So
Yeah, it's your favorite thing is bad connection. But I'm glad we finally got this nailed down. How have you been? How's the offseason? We haven't talked to you obviously since we last saw you in the regional and stuff, and we've heard you out throughout Pirate Radio Live on in the fall. But how have you been? How's the offseason?
it's really good. It was good to took probably a month away from baseball completely, just to kind of let life be life and let baseball be baseball. And I think that was really important for me, like getting a lot of good family time, getting to be with my brother and my now fiance. Like, just really cool to be able to like have a life. And it's at school it can get tough. Like, it's obviously baseball's a big part of our life and it's a big part of Greenville, but it's also good to be able to take a month off and kind of rewind life a little bit and make life be life and baseball. And then it was just a lot of catching work.
Yeah, I bet.
But it was good.
You mentioned fiance. Did you get to spend your off season in North Carolina? And part two, were you nervous when you did it?
Yes to both of those. And
there you go.
So I lived at home. The Reds would pay for housing and stuff, like the way that everything works. They pay for housing if you're taking classes, but I wanted to take a break from that too, because as much of a scholar as I am, I didn't really want to keep taking classes for this semester. But
so like you.
Yeah, I know. No one really imagined that, but I got to like live in the room next to my brother, and it was pretty cool just to be able to live at home and like take him to work, to play golf with him and my dad, just to be back home. But when I got engaged, I like had to take a nervous pee first. I was freaking out.
It's so weird. I mean, I'm happy for you. That's awesome. It's just crazy to think like you were engaged. That's awesome. That's so cool.
Yeah.
But On top of that, obviously it's a crazy, turn of events. You're engaged, you have a fiance now. It's big boy life choices, but now getting back into the baseball stuff, when did your off season kind of end, I guess? When did you have to pack all your stuff up and head down to Florida or for spring training?
Well, it was Arizona, which was awesome. Because when I first went to Arizona, it was 118 degrees in July right after the draft. And people were telling me that it was just the dry heat. And I was like, I don't know what's dry about my cleats melting.
Yeah, exactly.
It was, I went out there for battery camp in the beginning of January. And then I went back for pitcher catcher camp starting February 15th. So I was there for right at a month and a half. And it's really cool. Like pitcher catcher camp was really cool because it was just focusing on catching. Like you get live at bats and stuff, but obviously hitting is kind of what I do. So it was good to like have time to focus on getting like relationships with the pitchers. Because at school, obviously, like I had great relationships with all the pitchers that I caught, and like obviously like we all got along great. But you also spend so much more time with all the pitchers on our team than you do with all the pitchers throughout the organization. And so it's cool to take like battery camp and spring training and like get to know the pitchers and go do stuff with them and learn that a lot of them are way worse at golf than I even knew was humanly possible. But it was just it was really good.
Was there anybody in camp that you like gravitated towards? I mean, you were there for a while, obviously, but was there a chance to like get to pick anybody's brain? I feel like in the spring, that's when you get to. I mean, that's when the veterans are vulnerable in that sense, where they get to actually. They're not like shying away from giving you guys advice.
Yeah, well, like the first thing is with spring training, it's just like so much more separated than I thought it would be between the minor league and major league side. And the cool thing is being a catcher is that you end up getting to catch some guys just because that's more intertwined than anything else in spring training. But I did definitely pick the brains of like our catching coordinator who like caught in AAA in the big leagues for like 17 years, just like realizing like that my mentality is pretty good when it comes to like being lighthearted about everything and like giving everything to God because that's the most important thing at the end of the day. And being able to prioritize is like the biggest thing. That's what I learned. Just guys that have been in pro ball. There's been guys that I met that were at my level of spring training that have been in pro ball for like 9 years and telling me that just lots of ways to go down pathways you don't want to go down. And it was good. Like obviously ECU helped me with that. But, like just being able to like be personable. Like it's kind of what they told me, like never stop being an idiot, if that makes any sense, because people tend to gravitate towards people that are goofy, say dumb things. Like not all the time. I say my fair share of dumb things, but also to like just show that like I care about people. And so it was cool to be able to talk to veterans and like build relationships with them. And then Elliot De La Cruz told me that I need to jump higher during my jump testing. So I don't think you understand. Not everyone's an avatar like him.
Yeah, I was about to say, not everyone's literally an Olympian playing baseball. So.
Sorry, dude. I'll try my best.
Yeah, my bad. When Out of the Springs came to an end, I mean, by the time this airs, all of the games and seasons will have already started for you guys. But where do they have you start now?
So I'm in low A this year to start, and mostly that's because they want me to. Obviously, I mean, low A baseball is still better than what we played in at college, which is crazy. It's everybody is a Friday night guy. Like facing 99 with 92-mile sliders makes me like
just cringe. Really? Yeah.
Yeah, you sure? Again, you don't have any sidearm 86-mile-an-hour guys that just kind of hunch the throat.
No,
but
I guess it's too good to be true.
Yeah, no, but I'm starting here. I started to play first a lot just because.
Really?
So many good catchers that, like, they told me that like they drafted me to hit, and like obviously they think I can become a really good defensive catcher and I throw well, but like they want me to like have good relationships with pitchers, like be the guy everyone can gravitate towards, and then like hit. And so like any way to get more at bats, just because there's so many good catchers, like might catch 2-3 games a week here if I'm lucky, and then hopefully play first 1 or 2 and DH and just play 4 or 5 games a week is like what you're going for. And just how long of a season it is, like any way you can get more at bats is big. So that, and then they've kind of told me, like, just from what I learned leading at ECU and watching people become leaders at ECU, like they want me to try and do that within the organization. And because of Carter, I actually started a Bible study too at our dorms back in Arizona. And so I've talked a lot with like the pastors and the chaplains that we have and starting stuff. So just kind of trying to like build a culture, I guess, within the organization. Like it's not easy to do. We have 18-year-old Dominicans 3.5 and they think the world revolves around them. It's also the same kid at one point. And so they told me that they want me to try and be as much of a leader as I can for people that don't want to be led. And so it's really fun to be able to do that. And
Yeah,
I couldn't be more excited to start.
That sounds like it. The fact that you're taking it upon yourself to start the Bible studies, be with those guys, do those things. I mean, it's important. It's invaluable, and they may not understand it now, but they will later. And as it says in the word, but no, it's great, and it's cool that you're getting to play first too. I feel like, I mean, you haven't played first since you were in travel ball, but it'll be cool to see, and we're looking forward to watching you kill it this year, and we'll hopefully see you hit a couple home runs and move up the ranks, move up the organization slowly but surely. But we're hoping you have a great year.
Yeah, absolutely. Good to talk to you, dude.
Yeah, thanks for coming on and catching up, and we'll talk to you soon. This episode is also brought to you by my good friend Randy Cole. Randy is an ECU donor who bleeds purple and gold and is an avid ECU sports fan. Randy has been extremely gracious to the ECU athletic department and to the ECU baseball team specifically, while being in every game, having some of the team over for dinners, and playing a round of golf when some of the guys needed to get away. But Randy and Mary Ellen Cole, you guys are the best. I thank you for supporting the show, everything you've done for me, all my old teammates, ECU baseball and ECU athletics. So thank you guys for everything you do and supporting the show. And go Pirates. All right, next up, Cleveland Guardians starting pitcher Gavin Williams, part 2. What's up, brother?
What up, Danny? Appreciate you having me on again.
Yeah, what are you up to right now? You're obviously your season started, but where are you guys at?
Yeah, I'm just chilling in the hotel in Anaheim, or Newport Beach. That's where we're at right now.
There you go. You guys got the Angels this weekend?
Yeah, got the Angels for 3 games and head home for the season opener in Cleveland.
There you go. Nice. Well, thanks for hopping on and take some time to catch up and stuff. Just want to give everybody an update and stuff. But how was your off season? Did you get to do anything cool? I mean, you're a big leaguer now, so you kind of get a little time off to reset and stuff. But you got any life updates for us?
Yeah, about the main thing I did was go down to Florida for a week. I was in Key Largo, Ocean Reef. Did that for a week, and that's about all. Other than that, I was working out, throwing.
Play a lot of golf?
Not too much. Honestly, not too much golf.
It's surprising. I'm shocked.
Yeah, that is very, very shocking.
My girlfriend and I, Holly, we went to Wilmington a couple weeks ago, and I didn't know that you lived there a couple off seasons ago. I had no clue. And
Yeah.
we were at a coffee shop, and we were getting coffee, and I sent Gavin a Snapchat, and he's like, "I've been there. They know me pretty well."
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's
Went
cool
there
that you get to, yeah.
Went there every day. I think it was 21 all season I lived there. Me and Trey Benton, Landon Rubin, Adam Smith.
Couple of big leaguers. Landon's got what, the fifth spot in the Giants rotation right now?
Yeah, he pitched last night. He did pretty good against the Astros.
There you go. But yeah, it goes to show how, different off seasons, different places and stuff like that. But glad you're doing good. But when did your off season, I guess, end? When did you end up having to go down to Arizona for spring training?
Yeah, I think I went there like January 27th. Was out there, I think, 2.5 weeks early before like actual pitcher catcher report. So it was nice. Went to Waste Management out there. Loved going to do that.
You did.
It's pretty fun. So that golf tournament's insane. If you've never been to a golf tournament and you want to go to one, I mean, that's good one to go to.
Yeah, Scottsdale in general is spectacular, but like seeing professional golf in that like arena is just unreal. I've never been, but the videos are cool.
Yeah, definitely got to go one day.
What was the build up in the spring like? Was it just kind of like a normal build up? Were there any hiccups? But I think by the results of it all, you pitched pretty good.
Yeah, it was just a normal build up. So started at 2 innings, went all the way up to 5 a couple times. So nothing more than that. I think I got up to 80 pitches. So I think that's the normal spring training build up because didn't have a normal one the year before. So
yeah.
I mean, that's pretty cool.
We had Spivey on, and he was talking about how he was in some of the camp with you guys and how he was in your pocket pretty much the entire time just because he didn't have a car and you had to drive him around a bunch of places and kind of mentor him and stuff. But what was it like hanging out with him? And
I mean, it's always fun hanging out with the ECU guys, even during the season. Every time I can, it's like we're still brothers. We played with each other 3 years, 4 years, so every chance I can, I'm gonna hang out with anybody. Especially Spivey since he's with us. Hang out with Trey Benton too, all the time.
Good guy, Gav.
But yeah, definitely took Spivey to the grocery store every once in a while.
You mentioned that. That was funny. Well, good. You've got a start under your belt already. You pitched really well in Kansas City. But what does the future look like? You're pitching this weekend in Anaheim, but what are you looking forward to this summer?
Yeah, I mean the main thing is staying healthy. That's my main goal for the whole year. Have 30 starts, and just compete. Especially after last year, not having the best year I know I could have had. Just looking forward to being healthy the whole year.
Yeah, no, for sure. I think being healthy and building on the experience that you've had in the past, like not everybody can say they pitched in the playoffs, and you got the opportunity to do that. And I think having that experience is invaluable, and we're all super pumped to be able to watch you do your thing this year and actually watch you on actual TV instead of some bootleg site having to watch all these minor leaguers.
Yeah, for sure. No blackout games anymore, which is going to be nice.
Thank God, no kidding. I was watching your game the other day, and they've got a whole new score bug and whole new setup, and they've revamped it. Also, looks good, and we're excited to see you do your thing.
Yeah, I think it's all through like the MLB stuff instead of like Bally Sports, so it's all different.
Yeah, I think Bally is like redirecting, and they're only putting their stuff on certain teams now instead of like half the league, which will be interesting to see how it goes and works out. But time will tell.
For sure.
But thanks for taking the time to hang out and catch everybody up on what you're up to, and we'll talk to you soon.
Yeah, man, sounds good.
All right, thanks, Gav. This episode is also brought to you by our good friends over at Young's Physical Therapy and Sports Performance. Kevin and Jennifer have been super grateful to me and gracious to the Eastview Athletic Department, the baseball team specifically. Kevin's always in the dugout at every game. Their son's always around in the jungle hanging out, but they're huge supporters of the community, everything they do for the team, the athletic department, all that good stuff. But they have great clinic over there, great providers that care for you, develop relationships, great team in the back that develop young athletes in the community as well. So go support them. Thank them for supporting the show and ECU Athletics as a whole. And we thank you guys. Go Pirates. All right, last but not least, second baseman, Miami Marlins, third baseman now, Connor Norby. What up, brother?
Good correction.
I'm just so used to it.
Yeah, it is. It's definitely a change for sure.
What's going on, dude? How are you? How's living the big league life?
It's the best. I mean, like you can't sugarcoat it. It's the best. But rehab's going well. We're playing some pretty good baseball right now, so I can't complain.
No doubt. We'll get into the injury stuff here in a little bit. But how was the off season? Like, where were you? What'd you do? You got any life updates? Like some guys said, Ryan said he got engaged. Other guys said they just got a car or a dog. But what'd you do? Anything cool?
Not much. I mean, I'm a pretty simple person. I didn't do really anything other than work out. Like that's just what I do. I went to Philly for like a couple days, hung out with my agents and a guy I'm close with still in Baltimore. That was pretty much it. Trying to just get ready. I know it's a big year for me, and but yeah, nothing really crazy.
Yeah, saw you in Greenville for a little bit and got to talk a little bit about everything and how everything was going. But when did your off season end? Like, when did you have to report to spring training and stuff?
So about that first week in February, I headed down. I don't remember the exact date, but I got there about a week early. Was able to get out on the field and meet the new staff, and that was another thing. Like, I wanted to get down because our whole staff is brand new, and then also just get back in like true baseball mode where I'm out on a field every day and not just stuck in a facility. So getting out on a field and stuff was important.
We saw you're mic'd up on like TikTok and Instagram and stuff. That was pretty funny. All the the Spanish speaking stuff around you.
Yeah, I still got to work on the Spanish.
Yeah, well, hey, it's funny because I talked to JC about the same thing. It's like being in an organization like that where it's Miami and it's like all surrounding you. You don't have a choice. You can't escape it. It's funny, and it was cool to see you like interact with those guys, and especially with your new manager, Clayton McCullough, too.
Yeah, they're awesome. I mean, it's just a great group of guys. Even and then yeah, he's been awesome so far, and I only have good things to say about that guy.
You guys in the same organization as him too, but have you been watching Ethan pitch at all? He's been doing pretty good.
I've When I'm able to, yes, I
Yeah.
will. I will watch him. Now, like I don't watch. I keep up with them. Obviously, with my dad, he's an
Oh
avid
yeah.
follower, and so he gives me updates every game. My mom goes to a lot of the games, so I get updates through them. But when Ethan's pitching, that's really the only time I try and watch, unless they're playing. Like I watched their game against Duke and stuff like that.
Yeah, Friday night at 6 o'clock is not the most like easy time to sit down and watch somebody.
Well,
But
in spring training, it was easier because you're done earlier in the day, so you kind of can go back and you can pretty much watch his whole start. But now that we're in season, like
yeah,
he's playing at the same time we are, so it's just tough.
yeah, it's not ideal. But either way, I mean, it's like you said, you get to have people there that are watching, and you just get feedback from them and stuff. And I've talked to the couple times that I've seen your parents, they're always like telling about like whatever the hell you're doing down in Florida, and then obviously talk about how great Ethan's been. But it's been cool to watch and cool to see him come into his own, and how
Yeah,
often he
he's been
talks about
great.
you. Yeah, how often he talks about you too, mentoring him and getting to talk to you at least as much as he can is pretty cool too.
Yeah, he's been great. There looks like they're playing better right now,
About time.
which I mean, like I think they're like 20-10,
Yeah.
but just it's hard to say like they're just super young, and I think they're going to be really good next year, especially. But it's weird to say like 20-10 is like you're like iffy about them because that's
I
pretty
know.
good.
I know.
But
It's just we're spoiled.
it's just the standard that um we're kind of used to. But no, like they'll be in the postseason. I think they're like I said. I think they're getting better. They're playing better baseball. They still got half the season left plus. Um, so
They
yeah, I'm
lost the game in
excited.
conference.
Yeah, I'm excited to see what they do going forward. But yeah, hopefully they keep just stringing wins together.
Yeah, they'll be fine. When they just need to get old quick, and whenever they have 2-3 at the helm, they'll always have a chance. But
It's
um,
hard. I mean, I saw a stat. It's like 20. It's like 28 of like their 40 something players are freshman or sophomore,
yeah, and
or
it's like guys that haven't played in the program yet. And it's like,
and it's a lot of guys that are a lot of those guys are starters.
yeah, and they're just expecting them to just pick up right where last year left off, and it's just not realistic. But
Yeah,
it's the world we live in,
exactly.
so no big deal. But with you, I guess going forward, what are obviously with the injury and stuff, it's kind of thrown things off a little bit. But what are you looking forward to this year from you yourself, the team, whatever it may be? But what are you looking forward to this summer?
Yeah, the injuries kind of threw a wrench in it, but rehab's going well. I'm ahead of schedule. I can't give. I'm not allowed to give
Yeah,
timelines or anything. I can only say so much, but things are going well. I'm improving every day. Hopefully I'm back pretty soon. Um, but I'm excited, like just to get back with the guys. Like I'm in the dugout every game, like, and it's like every game it's driving me nuts because I want to be out there playing with them. And but we're playing some pretty good baseball to start. We got a big series right now against Atlanta, starting tomorrow. But um, yeah, like we're walking off a lot of teams, so like
Yeah, like, yeah,
walk offs are fun.
yeah.
But I'm itching to get back out there, and but yeah, it's staff's been great. The players, it's an unbelievable locker room so far, and um it's a lot of young guys, and we're like, who cares? We don't care who you are. We're not afraid of anybody. We're gonna fight till the end every single night, and that's what's been cool. That's what has been so cool about this team so far.
Yeah, that's what makes it cool with young guys. Is like they don't have any expectations; they just go out and rip it and see what happens. And
None.
I,
Well,
we were talking about before you got on, or we started recording at least, about how it's nice that you're with the team and you're still getting to like hang out with the guys and do your rehab with them and travel with them rather than being stuck in Florida all by yourself, losing your mind and having to watch
yeah,
them play.
Yeah, that was a big thing. Like I was kind of begging a little bit to go on the road, and they were like, yeah, you're gonna go, and I'm like, okay, like like I said, like you just said, being around the guys it's important, and doing as I'm ramping up baseball stuff again, like getting to do that stuff with them and being around our coaches is huge.
Yeah, for sure. I think at least being when you're not able to play, being around the game as much as you possibly can, like actual game situations, is important. Just to you can hit the ground running when you get back fully healthy.
Yeah, and you see things in a different way.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe like how you would have seen it playing in the game more so than how you see it watching it. So you pick up on some things for sure that will help you down the road. But like I said, it's luckily I'm here on the road with the guys and our training staff, and can continue to do my rehab and ramp up baseball stuff while being around the guys and supporting them, and hopefully we get a couple more wins on this road trip.
Yeah, for sure. Take advantage of the Braves. They're scuffling. So, but thanks
Yeah.
for taking the time to hop on for a little bit and hang out. I know you're busy, so we appreciate the couple minutes you took.
Yeah, appreciate you having me on.
Yeah, no problem. I appreciate you, Norbs. Thanks, buddy.
Yep, no problem.
All right. Hope you guys like this new episode, new season of the Danny Beal Show. Great stories, of course, with a lot of the guys, the younger guys, getting to tell stories about guys they talked to in spring training and guys they got to take advice from, get some mentorship from. But other stuff like Gavin and Spivey having to be in each other's hip pocket throughout the entire spring. A lot of their stories leading up to spring training with the offseason, all that good stuff. But hope you guys like this one. So many new guys that you guys haven't heard from. Some guys that I haven't heard from in a long time. Getting to catch up with them was really good. Talking to the Landon Ginn, Tyler Bradt, some of those other guys of the world. But hope you guys like this episode. New episode dropping next week with a guest that you guys will really like as well. So hope you guys enjoyed this one, and welcome back to a new season of the Danny Beal Show. Thanks, guys.
Everybody